my dear students. I, Ms. Shivlila Vibhute, welcome you to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School. So children, today I am going to teach you grammar. You have to take out your grammar textbook, page number 78. So today we are going to read a passage and we are going to answer the questions. See children, we are going to read one passage there. We have to find out the answers for the given questions there, okay? So just we'll read the passage now. My special friend. Now here below, read the passage given below and answer the questions that follow. Below there are questions, okay? So now we are going to read this passage properly and then we are going to answer the questions given below. My friend Pawan is a 7-year-old boy. He cannot speak, so we understand each other with the help of sign language. He is able to understand what I say. We study in the same class. He is very intelligent. One day, Pawan was hurt. Some of our friends made fun of him. He was very sad. He made a big cross on a sheet of paper to show that he was angry. Pawan ran home after school. I went to his house in the evening. I told him that I loved him because he was a good boy. I also told him that those boys hurt him because they were not good. They did not have a loving heart to understand him. Pawan smiled at me. One needs a beautiful mind and heart to make others happy. So children, now we have read this passage. Okay. So this passage is about Pawan. Okay. Now Pawan is my friend Pawan. See, the lesson itself says my special friend. So when you read this lesson, you come to know why that friend is special. Okay. So my friend Pawan is a 7-year-old boy. He cannot speak. So we understand each other with the help of sign language. See children, he is 7-year-old boy, Pawan. He cannot speak. Okay. So there is a, with the help of some sign languages, they understand each other. Okay. He cannot speak. So we understand each other with the help of sign languages. He is able to understand what I say. He cannot speak, but yes, he can hear, he can understand. So he is able to understand what I say. We study in the same class. He is very intelligent. See, though he cannot speak, but he is very intelligent. One day, Pawan was hurt. Pawan got hurt one day, okay? Some of our friends made fun of him. So some of his friends, means some of their friends made fun of Pawan. He was very sad. He made a big cross on a sheet of paper to show that he was angry. As Pawan could not speak, so what he did, he was angry. And he was sad because when Pawan got hurt, his friends made fun of him. So he was very sad. as he could not speak, so what he did, he made a big cross on a sheet of paper to show that he was angry. He will do something to show angry as he could not speak. So what he did, he made a big cross on a sheet of paper. Pawan ran home after school. So after school, Pawan ran home. He was upset. He was sad. He went to his house in the evening. I told him that I loved him because he was a good boy. So as they both were friends, so what he said? That I loved him because he was a good boy. I also told him that those boys hurt him because they were not good. As those boys made fun of Pawan, so they were not good boys. Never we should make fun of others, right? So they were not good boys. They did not have a loving heart to understand him. So they did not have a loving heart to understand Pawan. So they made fun of him. Pawan smiled at me. One needs a beautiful mind and heart to make others happy. So children, through this passage we should learn that we should never hurt anyone with our words as well as with our actions. Okay? So only one needs a beautiful mind. Mind means good thoughts. We should have good thoughts and good heart to make others happy. So children, now we are going to answer these questions with the help of this passage. Okay? Now you have to concentrate in your textbook as well as here also as I am reading the questions. Okay? Yes. Answer the following questions. How old was Pawan? Question A, okay. Answer the following questions. The first question is asked here. How old was Pawan? See children, when you are finding the answer for this question from this passage, just go at one word. For example, here I will give you an example. How old was Pawan? You can see this old word here, O-L-D, right? So, while giving the answer, you first write here, Pawan was. Now children, you can read, you have to read the passage, okay? So the word old, you can see here in the passage, yes, it's here. My friend Pawan is a 7 years old boy. So the answer is given in the first line itself. So Pawan was, yes, very good, 7 years old. Okay? You have to write in a very neat and tidy handwriting, children. How old was Pawan? Pawan was 7 years old. Now, B. Read the sentences given below and tick the correct words. Now children, here we have the first sentence, okay. We have to read this. Options are given here, A, B and C. So we have to choose the correct option and we have to tick there, okay. Which is the right one, we have to tick to that option. Now we will read the first sentence. Pawan could not speak. He, the first option A is, used sign language. B, wrote words on paper. C, banged the table and chairs. So children, now we have to read this sentence and we have to find out the answer, which is the correct option we have to find out from this passage. Okay? So now Pawan could not speak. He and these three options are there. So just we'll go through the passage here. See, my friend Pawan is a 7-year-old boy. He cannot speak. See children, now here it comes again. Pawan could not speak. The word speak has been here now. So now you can find out the answer here. He cannot speak. So we understand each other with the help of sign language. See, now you can see this sign language here, right? Yes. So here, then correct answer is Pawan could not speak. He used sign language. You have to tick here. Yes, ready? Now we'll go to the second sentence. I visited Pawan's house. I told him that A, he was a naughty boy. B, he was a good boy. Now see children here, I visited Pawan's house. We will find out some related words here from the passage. Okay, so now we will read here. My friend Pawan is a 7-year-old boy. He cannot speak, so we understand each other. In the same way, we will find out that word, home or house. Okay, so now we can see here below. After reading each and every word, he is able to understand what I say. We study in the same class. He is very intelligent. One day Pawan was hurt. Some of our friends made fun of him. He was very sad. He made a big cross on the sheet of paper to show that he was angry. Now see children here, Pawan ran home after school. I went to his house in the evening. I told him that I loved him because he was a good boy. So children, now you can see here the sentences has been repeated here. As we read this, I visited Pawan's house. I told him that. So I went to his house in the evening. I told him that. What he said? I loved him because he was a good boy. So which is the right option? B. He was a good boy. You have to tick that option, that is, he was a good boy. I visited Pawan's house. I told him that he was a good boy. So now the third sentence, children. Do you think we should hurt other children who are different in some way? Now what is this different in some way? Means they are different. Some of them can't speak. Some of them can't listen. They are disabled in some or other ways. Okay. So do you think we should hurt other children who are different in some ways? Yes, children. Is it good habit to tease others or to hurt others, those who are disabled? No, na? So we should not hurt others at all. So children, we should not hurt others at all. It is a very bad habit. We have to love others and we have to make others happy through our words, through our thoughts. Okay? So now here, how old was Pawan? Pawan was 7 years old. You have to put a full stop as you can see here, okay? Now here, read the sentences given below and tick the correct words. Pawan could not speak. He used sign language. So you have to tick here option A, used sign language. I visited Pawan's house. I told him that, the right option is B. I told him that he was a good boy. You have to tick here option B. The third one, do you think we should hurt others' children who are different in some way? We should not hurt others at all. You have to copy in good handwriting in your textbook, children, without any spelling mistakes, okay? Now we'll go to the next page. Yes. So children, now here the fourth question is, circle two naming words from the story and write them in the space provided below. Here is the space and you have to circle two naming words. Yes children, what are naming words? Yes, you know, you have learned it before, they are nouns, right? And we have to find out only two naming words, okay? Let it be proper noun, common noun, any, okay? You have to find out two naming words. You have to circle them from the passage and you have to write them in the space provided here, below, okay? So shall we go back to the passage, children? Yes. So now, children, you have to again see the passage once again and you have to find out the naming words. Yes, you can see here only. My friend Pawan is a 7 years old boy. Okay? So now here you can see Pawan. Right? You have to circle Pawan as it is a naming word. Proper name of a person it is. Okay? So here we have to circle Pawan. And even we have to find out one more naming word. Yes? So you have to read again the passage properly. Pawan is 7 years old boy. He cannot speak. So we understand each other with the help of sign language. He is able to understand what I say. In these sentences, we can't see any naming word. We study in the same class. He is very intelligent. One day Pawan, again the same name has come here, Pawan was hurt. Some of our friends, yes children, friends, we can circle these friends as naming word, okay? So we got two children. Did you circle? You have to circle with me here, okay? You have to circle these words in the passage. You have to circle Pawan and you have to circle friends. You have to circle properly, children. Okay. Now we are going to copy these two words in the space provided there on the next page. Yes. So I am going to write those words here. Yes, children, you have to help me out for writing now. The first word is Pawan, P capital, as it is the name of a person. And proper name, Pawan and friends. So Pawan and friends are naming words. Now children, give the opposites of the following. So here we have to give the opposites of the following words here, sad and good. Children, sad, opposite of sad is, yes, you know very well, happy, right? And opposite of good is bad. Okay? So you have to keep in mind that opposite of sad is happy and opposite of good is bad. Just to remind you, you just put a sign of opposite here. It will be easy for you to remember. Okay? So copy these answers properly in your textbook, children, without any mistake, in a good handwriting. Okay, ready? Yes. Now, once again you have to go through this passage and read it again and again, children, okay? Yes. Now, children, we will go through this another interesting, read this interesting poem and answer the questions that follow. Okay? Now, this is an interesting poem. The previous one was passage. Okay? Now, this is an interesting poem. The name of the poem is Worm in My Pocket. Okay? What is the name of the poem? Worm in My Pocket. Yes, now read this interesting poem and answer the questions that follow. Now, even as you get passages to read and you have to find out the answers for that, in the same way, even we have to read this poem and we have to give answers for the questions given below here. Okay? So, now we will start reading this poem. You listen carefully, okay? One rainy day, on my way home from school, I found a big worm and thought it was cool. I picked up the worm with my bare hand, held it up high, thinking how grand. The worm was so cute and wiggled a lot. I put him in my pocket to show Mom what I'd caught. What will she say when I show her my find? Will she let me keep it? I hope she won't mind. Mom was in the kitchen when I showed her what I'd found. She screamed, "No way! Put it back on the ground." Now I'm so angry, she always says. Now I'm so angry, she always says no. If she would let me keep it, then I will just go. So me and my worm packed a sandwich or two, ran out the door and down the street we both flew. We went to the park and sat on a bench. I pulled out my worm and noticed a snitch. He looked kind of floppy but wiggled a bit. I thought, oh my gosh, my worm is not fit. I laid him in the dirt and let him go free. I guess that my pocket was not the best place to be. Yes, children, I think you have listened to the poem, okay? And it's a very, very nice poem. Just see. Now I'm going to explain you, okay? One rainy day on my way home from school, I found a big worm and thought it was cool. You can see the picture of the worm here, right? You have seen worms, right? Kide, right? So, one rainy day on my way home from school, I found a big worm and thought it was cool. I picked up the worm with my bare hand. Bare means not wearing anything, bare hand. He picked up the worm, held it up high, thinking how grand. Held it up high, thinking how grand. The worm was so cute and wiggled a lot. It was moving a lot. I put him in my pocket to show Mom what I did caught. Okay. So this is the short form. Okay. I did caught. Then what he did, I put him in my pocket. The poet put that worm in his pocket to show Mom that what he had caught. What will she say when I show her my find? He was worried that what will she say now that he has caught a worm? Will she let me keep it? I hope she won't mind. So the poet was thinking that what will be her reaction looking at this worm in my pocket. Mom was in the kitchen when I showed her what I had caught. Means what I found. So when he went to show his mom, Mom was in the kitchen. Now see her reaction, okay. She screamed, shouted. She screamed, "No way, put it back on the ground." Now I am so angry. The poet was now I am so angry, she always says no. So mother said not to keep it here in the house. So she said to keep it on the ground. If she won't let me keep it, then I will just go. So the poet was angry. And what he said, that if she won't let me keep that worm with in the pocket only, then I will let just go. So he wanted to leave the house. So me and my worm packed a sandwich or two, ran out the door, and down the street we both flew. Flew means they went away. Okay. We walked to the park and sat on a bench. The worm was in his pocket only. Okay. I pulled out my worm and noticed the snitch. So he took out his worm, he felt something else. Now what did he feel? He looked kind of floppy but wiggled a bit. I thought, oh my gosh, my worm is not fit. A little bit the worm had become, it was wiggling a bit, not too much when that time he had caught. Okay, it was not fit, the worm was not fit. I laid him in the dirt and let him go free. Actually the place of the worm is in the mud only. Okay, so they don't like to be packed in some box or put in the pocket. They will not fit now after that. So he laid them in the dirt, laid him in the dirt and let him go free. I guess that my pocket was not the best place to be. The best place is not his pocket, right? It has a habit. The worm always loves to live on the ground in the mud. So it's not the best, the pocket is not the best place for it. So he was not feeling fit. He was feeling uneasy. The worm was feeling uneasy in the pocket. Yes, children. Now we have read this poem. In the next session, I am going to teach you how to find the answers for the questions, okay? Based on this poem itself. So till that, you have to read the poem again, and even you have to read that passage, my special friend, and you have to go through the exercise. Thank you. Bye.